Abir loved to have cookies. Now, his grandmother used to prepare very delicious chocolate cookies. So, one day his grandmother prepared lots of cookies for him and she gave him some jars to store those cookies. And Abir very happily agreed to do that. But he was surprised to see the names written on the jars. He saw that the rightmost jar was given the name ones, the jar just to the left of that was labeled tens, and the jar to the left of tens was labeled hundreds. So he was very surprised as to why are the jars labeled like that. But still, he started storing cookies in these jars. So he started with the ones jar and he put 1, 2, 3, and 4 cookies in the ones jar, and he kept on adding the cookies in the ones jar till he reached 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cookies. So here we see that he has already added 9 cookies in the ones jar. He's already added these 9 cookies. Now let me ask you a question here. How many fingers do you have? You have 10 fingers, right? All of us have 10 fingers. So why did God choose to give us 10 fingers? Why not 9? Why not 11? Is there something special with the number 10? Well, there is. Number 10 is a very special number. Let us see what this special number does for Abir's jar. So as soon as Abir adds the 10th cookie, they all form a pile and jump to the tens jar. So when Abir added the 10th cookie to the ones jar, the cookies formed a pile, they popped out of the ones jar and they jumped into the tens jar. And Abir was really surprised. What we see is a pile of 10 cookies. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over here there are 10 cookies. So there is one single pile of 10 cookies, whereas the ones jar is empty. So what does this mean? This is 1 tens, and over here there are no cookies. So 0 ones. So 1 tens and 0 ones. Now what does 1 tens means? 1 tens means 10. And what does 0 ones means? 0. And we know that 10 plus 0 is 10. So there are 10 cookies. So 10 cookies can be written as 1 tens and 0 ones, which is 1, 0. So there are 1 tens in this jar and 0 ones in this jar, which stands for 10 cookies. And this is how we represent the number 10. So when we write 10, that is 1, 0, 10, the first digit, that is this 1, stands for tens place. This means 1 tens. And the second digit, which is 0, stands for ones place. So whenever we write a 2-digit number, the first digit stands for tens place, and the second digit, that is the digit to the right, stands for ones place. Let us see what happens next. Abir added a single cookie to the tens jar, but it jumped to the ones jar. So this means that the tens jar cannot have single cookies. It can have only piles of 10 cookies. It cannot have single cookies. As soon as I add a single cookie to this jar, it goes to the ones jar. And what do we have now? I have one pile of 10 cookies here and one single cookie here. So how many do I have? 10 plus 1, 11, which is what I have here. So if I write 1 in the ones place and 1 in the tens place, I get 11, which is also equal to the number of cookies I have. So this is how I group numbers, like I have grouped the cookies. So when we group numbers into tens, we can represent them like this. So we group these cookies in piles of tens. So one's jar cannot have 10 cookies. It can have maximum of 9 cookies. As soon as we add the 10th cookie, they form a pile and go to the tens jar. Now Abir once again added a single cookie to the tens jar and it jumped to the ones jar. Once again, I see there are 1 tens and 2 single cookies, which means there are 12 cookies because 10 here plus 2 here, 10 plus 2 gives us 12, which is also 1 tens and 2 ones. So 12 is nothing but 1 tens and 2 ones, which is very clearly represented by this pile of cookies and these 2 single cookies. Now Abir keeps on adding the cookies till he has 1 pile here, and over here he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cookies. So 1 tens and 9 ones. That means he has 19 cookies. Now he adds 1 more cookie to the ones jar. And the 10 cookies, they form a pile. They pop out of the ones jar and go to the tens jar. So once again, because we know that the ones jar cannot have more than 9 cookies, the maximum it can have is 9 cookies. As soon as we add the 10th cookie, they form a pile and jump to the tens jar. So now our tens jar has got 2 piles of cookies, and these 2 piles represent 2 tens. And there are no cookies in the ones jar, so I can write it as 0 ones. And we know 2 tens and 0 ones is nothing but 20. So 2, 0, 20. So 2, 0, 20 is 2 tens and 0 ones. That is 2 in the tens place and 0 in the ones place. Now Abir added 1, 2, 3, 4 more cookies to the ones jar. And how many cookies do we have here? 2 piles of 10 cookies and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 single cookies. So there are 24 cookies in all, which Abir has already stored. So now can you tell me how many cookies are here? Even without counting, can you tell me how many cookies are here? So how do we find out? Do I count the individual cookies? No. I know that each pile contains 10 cookies or represents 1 tens. So let me count the number of piles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 piles, which means 5 tens. And how many single cookies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 single cookies. So 5 tens and 6 ones. Now what does 5 tens and 6 ones mean? 5 tens is 50 and 6 ones is 6. So if I add them, 0 plus 6 gives me 6 and I have a 5 here. So 56 cookies, which is what we have here. So now you know how important this representation is. So 56 stands for actually 5 tens and this is 6 ones. Now we need to arrange 68 cookies in these 2 jars. So how can we do that? Let us see. So I have 68. Now what does 68 means? 68 means 6 tens and 8 ones. Now 6 tens means I have to arrange 6 piles of 10 cookies. So let me bring 6 piles of 10 cookies in the tens jar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 tens and I need 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 single cookies and 6 piles of 10 cookies. So 6 tens and 8 ones gives me 68. So this is how I can arrange 68 cookies here. So how would you store 76 cookies in the cookie jars? Now what does 76 mean? 76 means 7 tens and 6 ones. So 7 will go in the tens place and 6 will go in the ones place. So this is how we can store 76 cookies in the cookie jars with 7 tens and 6 ones. How would you store 80 cookies in the cookie jars? So 8, 0, 80. 80 stands for 8 tens and 0 ones. So 8 will go in the tens place and 0 will go in the ones place. So this is 80. So 8, the first digit stands for tens place and the second digit, which is 0, stands for ones place. Now can you answer this question? How would you store 99 cookies in the cookie jars? Well, the first 9 is for the tens place and the second 9 is for the ones place. So it is 9 tens and 9 ones. So this is how I can store 99 cookies in the cookie jars. So this is how you represent numbers. So the first digit stands for tens and the second digit stands for ones. So this 9 is actually 9 tens or 90, whereas this is 9 ones or only 9. So this is how our numbers are arranged or written. They are grouped into tens so that I can represent them using the same digits. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all the learning resources as per CBSE, ICSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures on maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve the slightest of your doubts. And that's not all. You can also win exciting prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.